Okay, this video is kind of round two for me and this guy. He sent me, I think it was 6 NES-101s last time, and one of them had not been really messed with or whatever. A few of them only needed like a wire or two fixed, but it kind of led me to start not selling kits for the AV mod on the top loader. My little circuit board that I make. Does that focus in there or not? I get a lot of people asking for these, and I don't do it anymore mostly because there's not a lot of profit in selling these kits, but also there seems to be a lot of responsibility back to me for this, and I don't really want the liability. And the first go around with this guy was kind of proved what I was thinking was people were screwing it up. And, you know, lifting pin 21 is not easy, and it can go bad really quick. Scratching that little trace in front of pin 21 is what happened on a couple of the ones they sent me the first time. I'm kind of thinking some of these might still be along those lines. He did send me an AV Famicom to do a rear panel switch on. SNES 101 looks like it's a bad video repair. I don't remember what that's all about, but all of these have stickers on them saying what he believes is wrong with them or whatever. Ooh, I remember this one. That's actually a sticker that I wrote on and had fixed, and it says still doesn't work. Okay, but last time I had 3 of them were just like I remember one of them, the video out and the ground leads to the RCA jack were backwards. Super easy fix. I think I might have had one where the trace in front of pin 21 was scratched and was open. Easy fix. I think maybe one of them had a broken leg on pin 21, which to me is an easy fix, but for somebody that doesn't do it a lot, it may not be that easy. So, I mean, I may not show a lot of repair video on this one just because it's all stuff that I've shown, you know, multiple times, unless it's something very different. Oh, another thing I've had to answer this question like 3 times in the last month, and I don't understand. Maybe there's some video out there about this or whatever, but people are asking me if I can put the connector from a top loader into an AV Fami. No. I mean, it would be insanely hard to do, and I can't really understand why people want to do that when you can just get a top loader and it's cheaper. The top loader is cheaper, you know, and it fits the games right. I have no idea where that's coming from, other than they just want that multi-out on the back. Well, if all you're looking for is composite, then I can do the TRS mod, you know, with the with a little connector like that on the back for the same price as the RCA mod. I can add the multi-out onto a top loader, but I charge $40 more to do it because putting that hole over here for the multi-out is a pain in the ass. I can do, you know, I mean, I can steal the panel off of a AV Famicom and put it onto a top loader semi-easily. Probably also about $40-50 to do that. But as far as the actual cartridge connector into the AV Fami, onto the AV Fami board, not a chance. I mean, I wouldn't even, I don't know why you would even try to attempt to do that. So I'm going to dig in a little bit here and see if there's anything interesting to show. We'll see, especially that one, I'm curious, but we'll get to it. Okay, right away I've got one that says do the AV mod, put the, I think this is the one Famicom AV out. I think this is the one he wants to put the rear panel on from the AV Famicom. I just checked the AV Famicom, it's fine. It says do AV mod, bad RF. Well, not according to my test. I turned on Super Mario Duck Hunt, but I put it on to channel 3 and maybe he didn't. One of those very easy things that's possibly why. I don't know if I put it on to channel 4. Yeah, it still looks fine. I don't know, but there you go. Another simple thing to check when diagnosing Nintendos. No, unfortunately, he is right about the one that I thought I had repaired and does not work. I'm on getting this black screen. So, I don't know, maybe it's possible that maybe looks like I wrote that I put wires on the bottom, like there was probably some traces messed up, maybe the pin 21 trace. Maybe they failed, or in process of doing all the repairs, maybe CPU, PPU failed, something like that. Okay, this one, initially I thought this one was in really nice shape, until I started looking around the power and reset switches. Can't tell why, but somebody's been stabbing at it, or I don't know. And there seems to be a little bit of a bloom of yellow right there. Kind of hard to catch on camera, but kind of ruined the shell. But it says power blew out. I get a black screen, so it's not power. Something to always check with the Nintendo, especially if you think it's power related, is to also use an AC, original AC adapter, as well as aftermarket DC. Yeah, I get black screen either way. So that also might be CPU, PPU, RAM, something like that gone bad. Okay, the last top loader. I don't think this one's even worth attempting to test, but it says bad pin, and I'll show it down here in a minute, but it looks like there is a cart connector pin that is almost completely gone. Yeah, I get a scrambled video. Pretty obvious that that's the pin. I'll put on the macro lens here and show it to you. There you go, you can see the one down here, there's like nothing left. And even the one across from it looks like it's bent a little bit. I might go ahead and replace both. Sometimes you get lucky and all that's really happened is just a piece of junk, like maybe a little piece broke off of a cart or something and got wedged down in there and is just pushing them apart from each other, but from what I can see, it looks fairly clean down in there, and something just happened to it and it's badly bent or broken off down in there. So if you've seen, I did a video about this, but this isn't the easiest repair unless you have the right tools and spare parts, which I do, and I've done this a few times, so I can actually do this fairly quickly and cheaply. So it's not the end of the world. Okay, I went ahead and replaced the bad pin in the cart connector. Maybe a little hard to see, but it is very mangled, and it seemed to fix it. So that was an easy one. Okay, now I'm on the one with the shell that was on it. Thinks it was power or something like that. Well, under the shell, one of the stickers that was still there shows this is another one that I repaired last time. It's got a different CPU in it, but pin 21 was lifted on this one, so RF wasn't going to work on this anyway. So I'm going to hook it up to my test board that has a composite amp on it, and I just have a yellow wire connecting ground to ground so it'll work. Let's see. There we go. So there's nothing wrong with this one. It was just a miscommunication or something. If he wants RF working on this one, I have to solder it back down to the trace for pin 21 on PPU. Otherwise, it's ready for a composite mod. I don't think I lifted pin 21. Matter of fact, the note on it says something about a cut trace near pin 21, so And then my notes right next to it say traces are good, 5 volts good, clock's good, CPU is hot, and it has a new main cap. So I don't think I need to do anything else with this one unless he wants to make RF work again or composite mod it. I think that was just a miscommunication. So the one with the shell seems to be good to go. Exact same thing on this one. Repaired it before, but pin 21 was lifted on this one also, and it was not put back down or composite modded. But I think it does have a new CPU. Looks like I even replaced the 7805. But I think this is also the one with, yeah, there was 2 little wires on the bottom for trace repair. Other than that, it's working. It just needs a little bit of solder onto the semi-exposed leg of pin 21. This is the one that actually the leg was cut off. All I did was grind away some of the plastic around that leg, internal to the chip, and it's doable. But RF doesn't work, so I guess that's why he thinks it's still messed up, even though it's not. Okay, one of the last top loaders is just an AV Famicom multi-out on the back with an AV mod on a US board, basically. Just testing, make sure it works here. It does. Give you a quick look of modified the heat shield, the heat sink, I should say, for the 7805 with these 2 holes, so I can get to the 2 holes that hold 2 screws that hold down the multi-out. And there it is. This rear panel right here was pulled from an AV Famicom, as well as the connector itself. And then I have the little circuit board that I use for the composite video amp right here. And then I just pulled audio from the where it goes into the RF modulator normally. So I'm only feeding it composite video and dual mono audio. So that one's done. The only thing I really have left is this thing, and I'm not real versed in Super Nintendo repair, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, unfortunately this is pretty typical for this guy. I have no problems with the Super Nintendo. I don't know what to tell him. This is exactly how it's supposed to look. Cart connector is clean, otherwise I'd be getting garbled there. Reset works. I don't know, it's good. So I'm not going to do anything with it. There you go.